What's up, everybody? This review, we're taking a look at the Mezco 112 Power Rangers Deluxe box set. Now, this set is one that I've been highly anticipating for myself. I do love the Rangers, with Mighty Morphin being my favorite, since that's what we grew up on, or I grew up on. Really looking forward to this set. You've got the 5 original Rangers, with the 6th man, of course, being Tommy, who we already got both versions of him, with the green and the white. So I love that they did the whole set together, so we didn't have to wait for each one individually. But it did feel like it took a while for this set to come out. But I'm glad that they did do it again, because if you're waiting over time to complete teams, things change, things update, and they start to maybe not match as much. But since it's all here at once, they all should look really good together. But this is the box right here, the front. You've got the side, or the top rather. You get the side with a little bit of artwork there. You get the back, which is really cool because you get to see all of them. You get to see the alternate heads. You get to see all the hands. Looks like Billy has the least amount of hands. I expect Kimberly to have the most. I'm not sure if she actually does, but since she has the bow with the arrows and everything, maybe. You get all those hands, heads. You get the display stands with their Zords on it. You get all of the weapons, so you can see Billy's got his power lance. You get it disassembled, you got it combined. You've got the daggers, you got the bow, you got the power axe, the power sword. You get the shields. I love that they gave 2 shields. I think most people probably would have gave us just one, but during the series, Tommy did let Zach wear it at one time also. And then Jason, of course, wears it, but he ends up keeping it towards the end. You got the blade blasters that look like they might transform. We'll see. The slingers. Get the holsters that I don't really care for, because I'm pretty sure they got the little hook that hooks onto the belt. And then you get the Mega Blaster all combined. We'll see if that's already combined in there, or if it's something we got to make. I'm assuming it's already combined, since they show it specifically like that. But yeah, then we get the other side. And then there's the front again. And let's get them open and check them out. So when you slide the trays outside of the packaging, this is kind of what it looks like. And man, this is going to be a beast, just like those turtles were. Again, I'll try to go through as much as I can, or everything if I can, just to help somebody out. I'm pretty sure somebody wants to see every little thing. We'll see what I can do. Of course, this is the top of the tray. You get all the hands for each person. Then, just like any other Mezco, you can see there's extra trays, so we'll slide the top one off. That holds the figures. And in here, you'll get all of the accessories. I'll slide this one out of the way. So you've got the power swords, the axe, you've got the daggers, bow, the lance. You get everything that we pretty much went over on the back. You get the 2 shields. And it looks like everything is individually cased underneath this top clamshell. And there goes the blaster that has everything combined. So that's cool. I'm glad they did that. Looks really awesome. I can't wait to get this stuff on them and get them posed up. But that is not the last tray. But the last tray looks like I'm not going to be using at all, because I don't really use these stands like that. But you get all of the bases. They're all in there. You get the bags for each one, in case you don't want to keep this giant box anymore. You get the stands for each base. So I won't be showing that, but you can see what it looks like. They're all going to look like their symbols. So really cool. All right, so here's the set outside of the packaging, and they look amazing. And I even got a little surprised when I was just taking them out and just kind of getting them ready here. We'll get into that in a second. But I got them here in like Morphin order, and first glance, they look so amazing. They look beautiful, man. I love this set so far. It looks really, really crazy. I feel like the heads on maybe the pink and yellow look a little big, just a little bit. But it was probably so they can get the details in there. And I could be wrong. Maybe that's just the way they were. Maybe a little oversized showing their actual helmets. But yeah, they look kind of big. Which I don't mind it for the yellow, because I kind of kind of want to make a custom yellow on the guy's body to show the Japanese version. So I think that would be pretty cool. But at first glance, I mean, these guys look amazing. The fabrics look good. Just really cool. And the head sculpts look really great. We'll get into more detail in there in a second. I think they all look really nicely done. I've picked up different Power Rangers figures through the years. And I think these are, just looking at them, like easily probably the best or like my favorite. So we'll get into them individually. All right, so starting out with Zach, we got the Mastodon. So he looks awesome. They got a real simplistic design, but through the years picking up figures, they've been real easy to mess up. So I think these guys all have the same articulation, everything like that, the same bodies. So I won't really have to go through all of them. I'm pretty sure they're all the exact same. So we'll go through the articulation with Zach here, and then the rest should be pretty easy to go through. But just taking a look at them, I mean, check that out. The helmet looks super nice. That silver, the gold for the eyes. You get the chunk across the face. You got a little bit of lining in there, which is awesome. To get that tiny detail in there, going all the way around the visor, everything. I mean, that's some hardcore detailing in there. Yeah, it looks awesome. The white neck, you got the diamonds, you got the buckle, you can see the mastodon in there. I'll see if you can see the mastodon in there. I think you can make it, yep, there you go. I think if I'm not mistaken, the buckle here, not the actual like morpher, but the buckle that holds it, I think it's supposed to be black. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be black. So slight miss there, that's okay. Or at least it doesn't bother me like that, but I'm pretty sure that is supposed to be. You got the gloves. Look at that fabric. You got the boots with the diamonds. Mine's got a little bit of like scuff on it. All right, articulation wise, double ball peg. Head could look down pretty good. Looks up pretty far. Or rather, it looks up pretty good. Damn. Tilts to the side really nice. Goes all the way around. Goes up. You can feel the tension of the fabric. T-pose, not bad. That's pretty good. Ab crunch, looks like a diaphragm cut there. Doesn't go forward as well as you would like. You can kind of see a little bit of the bulge in the back just slightly. Then it goes back pretty good. Not terrible. Looks like he wants to resist it and bounce back to neutral, kind of. But he does turn pretty nice up top. Pretty good. I think there's a ball waist, but you're not really getting much. It turns very slightly, not a lot at all. Hips. Legs go forward that far. I wonder if you can see the articulation better with a different shade. Upper thigh cut, double jointed knees that bend really nice. There's double jointed elbows. I'm not sure if I showed that earlier. The peg has the other hand has the wrist peg and the hinge in there. You can roll it around. You can get pretty much any articulation you want there. Pretty cool. Not bad. Get his kick on. And that's it for his articulation, which is pretty much every guy's articulation. For his accessories, we've got the different hand pack. He doesn't come with that many. He's got like a solid chopping hand. This one is also kind of a chopping hand. So two different versions. It's just the thumb placement. It's just a little bit different. Then we've got this closer grip, C grip. And then I've got the fist in here because I've already changed out to the hands that I'm going to use, which is a little bit looser of a C grip, but slightly at an angle. Because he has the his little battle axe, his power axe. So, it looks amazing. It looks really good. We've got some nice coloring in there. You've got the yellow and black. You've got this nice yellow that's going all throughout the handle, like there's little stripes there, which looks really good. Nice silver on the end. You got the mastodon symbol in there again. You can see that really nicely. Looks really nice. And again, it just looks and feels really solid. And then, of course, it does double up as a blaster. It does slide, which is really cool. And then the hands that I did choose are, hands that you're going to be able to. The hands are a little bit flexible on this one and also at an angle. And I think you can use it for creating that blasting type pose. Like really good. I think that looks really awesome. Of course, you can open it up and grab that. Just not going to open that up yet because we're going to go ahead and show him just kind of wielding it. So really cool. I think it looks pretty awesome. In the show, Red Ranger is probably most known for taking over the dragon shield and wielding that. It ends up becoming part of his arsenal. But before Tommy loses his powers, there's an episode where he does lend it to Zach. And they gave us 2 shields, I believe, to represent that. So you can have both of them armored up if you wanted to. And I mean, this is it on him. You pop the head off, and one of the shields just slides over this arm, and it tabs in the back here. Then you've got the, if you take the hands off, you'll slide the bracers, I guess we'll call them for now, until I can remember the right name. Armbands. His armbands will go right here over the bicep. And then you can plug the hands back in, and then you get your armored up Black Ranger, which looks amazing. I mean, the black and gold we already know looks good because of course, we saw it with him, and then you see that black and gold with Zeo Gold, which looked, I mean, one of the best suits of any series. It is just that amazing. So yeah, I mean, he looks great in that little 360. Really awesome. And of course, I think it's meant for the male body. So it's going to be loose on the girls, but I think it could fit any of these guys. So, of course, it'll be on red, but you could throw it on blue if you want to. But man, that looks great. I almost forgot one of Zach's accessories, and that is, because he doesn't come with a lot, is his other head sculpt. So there it is on the body. And he's got the kind of fro, the little high top. Look at that hairline, man. That's wild. But I think it does look really good. I think it looks pretty close to him. Kind of wish they would have came with another head sculpt because he did have like the little braids at one point, I believe. And it would have been cool to have that version of him in this set also. And I wonder what the reasoning is for not using any of the second Rangers to use these suits. So like Adam, Rocky, Aisha. Because that could have easily been thrown into. That would have been pretty awesome, also. Or maybe they're saving for another set. I don't know. But yeah, looks really good. Up next, we got Kimberly, our Pink Ranger, and this is where I got really surprised. So here's a quick look at her. I don't know. The head seems pretty big, like kind of big. I don't know why. Maybe they were all like that in this show, but I don't remember it being like that big. I remember Dragonzords being like kind of like elongated, but not this big on a body. But it does look good. You got the clasp on the side. You've got the where it separates that line. Like that's really cool. You got the nice fabric. You got the diamonds all throughout. You got the belt, the black line, no black buckle. You got the skirt. Pink had the skirt, which they did really well. So kind of like the way they did that. It's kind of sewn into the pants. Also, in the front, but not so much the back. Yeah, I like the way they did that though. Keep it down like that. Um, you got the pterodactyl in there. Really cool. Like that they can get those small details in there. I think it's pretty cool. Nice silver in the mouth area, the eyes, the pterodactyl, get the feet. And that's pretty much all there is for her. Articulation wise, for Kimberly and Trini, they're going to be the same. So, I mean, you get this nice, look at that. Like, that's way over to the side. That tilt. Looks up, good. Looks down, very far. That's really nice. That's pretty awesome. She looks up really nice also. T-pose goes way up there. Really awesome. That's crazy. Which is nice. Got the little cheerleading type thing going on. Now this is where it gets pretty wild. I'm not sure what's underneath this suit. I think it's a rubber body for the torso, the like the butt area, the thighs. So from about the knees down is like the hard plastic. From all of the arms is a hard plastic, but the rest of this is a like a rubber body, a soft body underneath, and that caught me off guard because I was wanting to see how the diaphragm joint was going to work. And so, you're squeezing to kind of give the articulation, to move it. And then you're like, whoa, what is that? Like you just feel it squish and kind of give. Now she does move over like really well. It's just kind of creepy a little bit. She bends farther back. I mean, it's wild. I mean, I don't know. You're looking for the upper thigh articulation, like a cut or something like that, but I don't think there is one. I think she's getting her rotation down here from the knee, like that. But there's nothing up here because it's all one solid body. I guess a wire body underneath that rubber. I have no idea, honestly. Somebody would have to like cut this open and dissect it, which I am not going to do. It's an expensive set. But the legs go out about that far. You gotta, don't push the fabric too far. You're not trying to tear anything. But that's pretty good. Don't really need to go too crazy. Maybe stretch it over time. I think this is actually, so this is all one separate piece here that goes around. I guess it is sewn in the front, and then underneath the belt kind of hides it because the body is just a singular suit, which is pretty cool. That's good to know. So singular suit, like Yellow Ranger, they just added this piece over, hidden by the belt, which is pretty cool. And that weird soft body. Oh, you get an upper boot cut, and then you get the hinge Pivot for the foot. Double jointed elbows. Bicep cut. Yeah, double jointed knees. So that's it for the articulation. Sorry for that. I got off track with the whole soft body thing. I'm trying to see where everything was, but yeah, that's it for her articulation. For her hand accessories, you've got these open palm hands that we've seen before. You got the open hands, grasping. You got a little bit of these like claw hands, kind of. You get somewhat of an open hand, like a C grip hand. You get a pair of those. And then you get an extra hand for holding the arrows in between. You get her head sculpt, alternate head sculpt, which I think looks really good. I can see it. None of them are like absolutely perfect, but I think these are like really close. Like there's certain angles when you look at all of them, you're like, yeah, that's perfect. But yeah, that looks really good. You get the wash in the hair. I mean, I think that looks really awesome. And then, of course, you get her bow. So here is her bow. Nice plastic. The silver, the pink. You can see the pterodactyl, her coin emblem in there. Nice gold in there. You got the nice pink and those thin lines. I mean, this thing's got little lines in there that are painted up. You get this cord. It's not solid plastic. That is actual string. And you get 3 of these arrows, all the same. Silver. Kind of flexible, bendable. The pink paint on there. Of course, we're going to throw that in this hand. And these hands give just a little bit, you can see there. Enough for you to squeeze in what you need. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to pose her in like the display case or something like that. It'll probably end up being similar to this, or maybe vanilla pose, like down at her side. Not sure, because I don't want to lose any parts or anything like that, and I should. If this thing drops, it should land in a display case. I don't know if I want to pull this string back. Probably could. You just don't want to stretch that. I don't want to stretch that and then snap it, or have it really messed up over time. So something like that. Enough to give you the impression of what she's getting ready to do. Or I may just use the regular C hand and just have her hold it like that in her hand with it down by her side. That would help save some space and still look right. So I may end up doing that. And here is our Pink Ranger with the bow and holding. I switched out the hands, and we've got the helmet off. We got her alternate head on there, or her normal. And I'm not sure. That'd be kind of cool. I think I might display him something like that, using that head with their helmet off, or maybe holding it. I'm not sure, because you're not going to be able to hold this in your weapon, really. So I got to figure out a way to display that really nice. But maybe something like that, just kind of sitting at their feet. Because the head sculpts do look really nice, from what I can tell. But yeah, that's it on the body. Here's a quick glimpse at Pink with the dragon shield on. And you can see how much larger it is than her. The straps just kind of hang low. Just doesn't fit right. Would have been interesting if they gave us one that would have fit them though. Up next, we got our Triceratops. We got Billy. And really nice suit. I like the blue that they went with. Looks really good. Diamonds look good. See the Triceratops in his buckle. Blue diamonds for the legs. Again, that fabric feels nice. Definitely different handling him versus Kimberly with that soft body that she had. Helmet looks good. Got that silver outlining the top of the visor. Nice silver for the mouth, the horns, that gold. See the clasp where the helmet separates, so the little lines. I mean, it looks really good. For accessories, you got Billy's human head, unhelmeted, which looks pretty cool. I do like that. He doesn't have the glasses on, so this is kind of later. Kind of wonder if they would have gave us a head with the glasses. But I guess this could be later on in the season, or even what's that one movie Forever? I believe it is, or Once and Always. I can't remember what it's called. Where pretty much a lot of Rangers getting caught. He kind of accidentally freed Rita, maybe something like that. But yeah, this could be that kind of head sculpt. Looks good. Got the nice eye paint, the hair with the wash, the sculpt. Looks really good. Of course, you get his lances. It's a really nice blue. Really nice detail in there. That little line, panel line. You got the Triceratops symbols in there. The handle's got the nice little black in there. Nice silver. It looks really, really good. You got those ends right there. Now you've got them extended. Same blue, nice silver. Looks really good. And then there's also this piece here that is in there. It's a little connector piece. I can go in between them. I'm not going to press too hard, but they will combine, which is really awesome. I'm probably going to have him wielding it this way, maybe. I don't know. Can't decide. I kind of want to do this, but I also kind of want to have him holding both of these in his hands in each one. That'd be pretty cool. You got options. And then you got this little foam gun, which is cool. It doesn't pull back or anything like that. Triceratops logo looks good. Everything looks good. Solid plastic. It did come with this effect here, which looks pretty cool. It's kind of spraying that foam everywhere. Nice that they used this metal pin here to give it some support instead of just like a little plastic. This piece does have just a little bit of weight to it. Nice sculpt and everything there. So pretty cool. There's Billy with his normal head on. I've got him with the C grip hands on. And surprisingly, he doesn't come with a lot of hands at all. He comes with the fewest hands out of anybody. So you got the chopping hands, somewhat of like a palming your face, and then the closed hands that he comes in the box with. So that is all he gets hand-wise. So I'm switching those out to the C hands. And here we can have him, hold each part of his lance separately. Which looks pretty cool. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with a different style, the longer style for his display. I think this might be more of how I display him. One thing I noticed while messing with him is that the hands seem to pop off on all of them, like fairly easy, like kind of just a little bit more, and it would be like really annoying how easy they're falling off. But right now they're just pushing it, not terribly bad, but I guess you'd rather them not snap a peg or anything like that. But yeah, I'll probably have them in a display like this. Or maybe something behind his back, or just kind of using it as like a staff, like holding one end on the ground or something. I think it looks pretty cool versus the separated, like I was thinking I was gonna do. And of course, here's the Blue Ranger with the dragon shield on, and it looks really good too. Man, that looks awesome. Just everybody gets a dragon shield. You get a dragon shield. You get a dragon shield. Everybody gets a dragon shield. Looks really, really cool. Up next, we have the saber-tooth tiger. We've got Trini. So same body type as Kimberly, which is pretty strange. Although her diaphragm seems kind of, or I don't know what to call it. I want to say diaphragm but you can't feel the diaphragm, so ab crunch area is a little tight. The legs seem really tight. Like I want to do, there we go. Pretty tight. And that's a little nerve wracking when it comes to these figures because it's not like you can heat them up and, heat the joints to free them or anything like that. You just got to be extra careful. But yeah, here she is in her yellow. We've got the helmet. Again, looks pretty big. I already want to put this on like a guy body if there was a way to get the yellow suit. I think that would be pretty cool. Of course, that's not the version that I grew up with, but I just think it's nice to recognize that, that it was a guy. Got the wrinkles back here, the diamonds. You can see the stitch work, the yellow, the belt, diamonds. Pretty cool. I guess most of it, they're pretty simple. You just really want to take a look at the helmets, which looks really good. Here's Trini with the, her head exposed. Pretty good head sculpt. Got the hair. You can see a little bit of a wash in there, I feel like. Not much. Could just be the light, the way that it's hitting. Yeah. Kind of seems more like the light than anything. I guess it's not really a wash in there. You got the lipstick, the eyes look good. Pretty cool head sculpt. For hands, she's got a couple of C hands. You got the like aggressive grabbing hands for some of her posing. She does do like a aggressive pose, just pretty cool. Got the palm hands with the different angles for the thumb. You also get this relaxed grabbing hand. Interesting. But yeah, probably not going to use those. I might use these Yeah, she did pose with those. But I'm definitely using these C hands for the daggers. Here is Trini with those claw hands. She used to hit some of those poses, kind of drop down. And here she is holding her daggers, which look really good. Awesome in her hands. But got the nice silver blades, and you got the saber-tooth tiger emblem in there. Got those little lines in the handle. But yeah, it looks really good. Even parts of the dagger are like curved right there, which is pretty wild. I never really realized that detail. Same thing on the other one. So pretty cool. So Yellow Ranger is one of the only ones that I can do a slight comparison with. I did get rid of most of my Lightning Mighty Morphin when I saw that Mezco was making them, and I did keep just a couple, like red, white, but for most of them are gone. I got rid of those. I still like Lightning Collection. It has some amazing articulation. And the only reason I got Trini or Yellow Ranger, I'll say, because this was the Aisha version, which she was at Ollie's, and she came in a 2-pack with Scorpina. So I really wanted that figure, and I got her along with them. So you can see here the helmet styles. You got the diamonds, you got the belt buckle, but you see how her buckle is like black, or not the buckle itself, but the case that holds it is black around there. This Mezco one should have been like that also. But this Mezco has the black lines. This one doesn't have it. But you can see how much smaller they are. Still great articulation on the Lightning. I do like the Lightning ones. I just knew these Mezcos were coming, and I didn't want to have like a bunch of them laying around, I guess. I figured Mezco would be my choice of Rangers. Not that these are terrible. I really liked Lightning Collection a lot again. Having all those different series. I hope Mezco can kind of pump out some more series. We'll just see how that goes. Yeah, she looks really good too. You got the ab crunch diaphragm versus you got this a little tight joint in there for the Mezco one. But yeah, pretty similar. This one had a nice head sculpt in there. It just had no paint or anything like that to bring it out. And it's got that gloss where this is kind of a nice matte. So pretty cool. Up next, we got the man. We've got, when you think of, or at least when I think of a Red Ranger, if you say, hey, Red Ranger from Power Rangers, I'm thinking of this guy here. We've got Jason, the Tyrannosaurus, who looks so awesome. I mean, that red, I mean, it's iconic, man. You got the nice helmet. You got the silver, the teeth. You see all the lines in there. I think a lot of people have a hard time getting the visor right. I still don't know if it's right. Could be. I think it looks awesome. I think it looks really good. You got the nice clasp. Of course, you get the diamonds, the buckle, and you can see that Tyrannosaurus emblem in there. You got the rest of it. Now, I got my thumb on this hand specifically. You might have saw it already. Mine came with 2 right hands. So you've got a right hand here, and then this one, the thumb is upside down. So when you go to turn it right, you've got 2 closed right hands. I did want to jump into this review a lot because I was really anticipating this set, but also you want to make sure that everything is squared away on these guys, you know. Not that they come across like a ton of QCs, but stuff happens, you know. Um, I thought he was okay till I pulled him out of the box and started really, you know, diving into the review. I want to say a buddy of mine told me somebody got like some stitching issues, so I wanted to like go through all that with everybody and double check, make sure everything was okay. But yeah, so far that's the only thing that I've had pop out like that. So I'm going to keep going through the review because that's probably not the hand that I'm going to keep on there, but it is something to note. You know, you want to check these guys out, make sure you've got everything that you're supposed to, because again, it is a really expensive set. And we will keep going through this. So for hands, he comes with the fist that he comes out of the box with. You've got these chopping hands, both of them with the thumb placement different. You've got this pose hands where he used to do his little fingers like that when he was striking a really cool pose. I thought it was a pretty cool pose. Those hands there. Then you've got the more of a C clamp, and then a loose C for his sword, which is the other accessories that we got for him, and I think some of the coolest ones. I always thought that his power sword was really cool. So you've got this here. You can see they got all of the little line work in there, which is very awesome. Got that gold coin. We've got the little inlay there. I like this sword. In fact, I have the legacy version, the big one for like us, for human, for cosplay. I do have that sword. Got a couple of different things. I've got his sword. I've got Saba. I've got the dragon dagger. I've got Zeo Gold staff. Just because they're some of my favorite things to have. Yeah, you get this version. Now, one thing was his sword did power up during certain sequences, certain things, and it got a little more intense, and it turned this bright red. That legacy one does do that. The blade will turn. It's the second legacy, so that blade will turn red on that. But really cool that they incorporated it in here. I think that's very awesome. I don't know that there's another figure that did do that. I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but that actually did that for him. And then we get his head sculpt, which looks pretty cool. I think it looks pretty nice. Again, it's like most of them, they look pretty close, you know, from certain angles, and in some angles you're like, yeah, that's him. I did get to meet Austin, and he was really nice to me, really cool. We had a nice conversation, really, really awesome. But yeah, that's his head sculpt there. Got the nice hair. And that's it for his accessories. And again, his articulation is going to be just like everybody else's, or the guys, anyways. So, T pose, diaphragm, leg goes forward, straight back, all that good stuff. Get him in that one T-Rex pose. There's Red with those little claw hands, and he hit some kind of pose like that sometimes during the show, which looked really awesome, you know. But that was probably one of my favorite hands and pose to leave him in. But most likely, I'm going to leave everybody with their weapons, so we'll check out his swords. Here is Red with the sword in his hand. And I don't know, something about it. I know it's right for the length, but it also seems kind of small, maybe. I don't know, but I think I'm pretty sure that's right. Just is throwing me off a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I just want like a way larger sword in my head, maybe. Then of course we'll get the all charged up. And that looks really cool. And I believe you can kind of grab with both hands. See if I can grab that. Something like that. Pretty awesome. Here's the Jason head sculpt on the body. You can say that he's holding his helmet. Of course, there's better hands that we could put on there to make it look a little more natural. Just kind of throwing this on there. And that looks awesome. Now, one thing I'm wondering is it looks good from this angle and from back here too. It's not terrible. There's this little lump here, and I don't know if that's like maybe the neck is upside down in there. I'm not sure if y'all can see that. Like it gets skinny and then it gets like kind of big. I don't know if that's just supposed to be the fold the way it is, or if this thing is on there upside down or backwards. I'm trying to look at some of these other guys. Looking at Billy's. Yeah, they're the same there. So yeah, just when you use the actual head sculpt, it looks a little strange. But when you use the helmet, it sits okay. It kind of drops down over that, so you don't even see that. So yeah, I guess that's right. All right, so here is Red with the dragon shield on. You got the armbands. You got his sword. I put his blaster on. I do like these holsters a little bit more. I did hate them. I don't like the overall like sliding them over. But these belts on these new Rangers are a little bit tighter. So when you slide that through, it has a little more resistance. And I like that. It's pretty cool. Now I do have the dragon dagger here, and it doesn't come with the box set or anything like that, so don't go trying to find it or look for it or anything like that. You didn't miss anything. It's just that I also have the Green Ranger, and I just took it off and slid it on to Red because that's where it will that's where it would appear whenever he was using it. So I mean, pretty awesome look. The shields look really good. Maybe a slight difference in the gold that's used. I think this one is a little bit brighter, yellow gold. This one is like just a darker gold, maybe slightly. It could be the lights, but that's the feeling that I'm getting from them. Also, you can see here on the buckles, like the holder on Tommy's is black, and then you've got his morpher, versus this one is just straight silver, where it should be black, like I showed in the training comparison. Now hers did have that. But yeah, how awesome is this? This looks very, very nasty. That's pretty cool. I love that. Such an awesome set, man. All right, so Red Ranger is one of the few that I could still compare with a different red from another line. So we've got the Lightning Red here, and I mean they look pretty cool together. I think seeing them together and Trini earlier, you start to realize I really like these Mezcos a lot more. Just the body shape of the Lightning. I still like Lightning though. Something about it. Maybe it's like the just the way that you can just handle them. You know, Mezco's got these soft goods, so you want to be careful. You don't want to do anything too crazy. But you know, I don't have any of that fear with these guys. And they had really awesome articulation with the diaphragm, with the ab crunch. I mean, it was definitely really awesome. Butterfly joints. I mean, it was wild. But this is the one where I guess they had trouble making that helmet, that style, the Tyrannosaurus, because of the visor throughout the line. It was always kind of tough. Yeah, here you got him with his diamonds. The red does not look as good as the soft goods red. I really love that red. And then still, this one was really awesome. If this Mezco wasn't here, I think I would still love these even more. Again, you get the black here to hold the buckle for his clip versus they don't. His blaster is in gun mode, sitting in the holster. Now this one here, I didn't show the details of it earlier, but you've got it in blade form almost. It has another point to it. Let's see if I can reach one. They're really small, so I'm trying not to lose it or anything like that, but you've got this nice red and silver all throughout. You've got the handle, looks really cool. The paint, the yellows, and it does drop down. It does articulate to give you the gun mode. I believe this slides. Oh yeah, it does. That's pretty awesome. Then you've got the blade mode. Of course, the blade flips out. This pegs in though, right there at the end. You'll get your blade, which is pretty cool. Gonna put that away. I'm never gonna use that. Don't want to lose it. Hate losing little pieces. I'm really a hardcore completionist. Gotta be complete. But yeah, they look pretty cool. And then you've got the head sculpts. So here's my Lightning Jason and Mezco Jason. See how we feel about those. You know, they're both not terribly off. Definitely more detail in the Mezco. This one looks a little strange. But pretty cool. Not bad. I did keep Red because he is, again, I think one of the greatest. And one of my favorites. Him and Tommy, probably 1-2. 2-1, I don't know. But we've got the sword. So Mezco sword. And again, I said it seemed kind of small. Lightning sword. Like, how cool is that? That lightning one is massive. You've got the interlays on the blade. Nice silver. Got the gold. The coin. Doesn't have the black fill for like right here. It's just solid gold. Doesn't have the gold in the handle, which this one does. It's not even like a sharp gold. It's like an orangish. I don't know what's going on there, but still looks good. You know what they're doing. But yeah, look at the size of that. I feel like this one would do better with the Mezco almost. Pretty crazy. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about that. Cool to see. But again, I'm a completionist, so I don't want to take it away from Red, the Lightning Red. I'll probably have to find me another one just to do that, if I do that. But they both look really good. This one's got the little green dots in it also, versus this one doesn't. So just slightly more paint on this one. It's just smaller. So pretty cool to see that. And because Jason is a badass, going toe to toe with the Goldar without any powers, here he is next to Super 7 Goldar. And this is my favorite Goldar for scale, but I did do a review on them, and it wasn't the best Goldar figure that's ever been made. I just like it purely for the scale, and I think everything went into the head sculpt to make it look awesome. The rest of it is very I'm lacking. My lights are making it look a little bit better when I look through the phone or through my camera. Um, yeah, definitely not as cool as, at least I don't think so. I'm hoping Super 7 will, or Mezco will make keep on with the Power Rangers license and make some cool figures. It'd be nice to get a Goldar one day. Lord Zed, they'll probably do a Rita or something like that with her huge dress. That'd be pretty awesome. So, a couple of other accessories you get is this sling blaster. Don't know if that pulls back. It doesn't pull back, but you got some pretty cool details in there. Got the gold, red, black paint in there. And then you get the combined form of all their weapons. You can get their Mega Blaster, which looks really awesome. Oh, yeah, I was wondering if they're going to leave a string on there or not. Yeah, that's really cool. That is pretty awesome. And then you got beam effects for all of it that shoot out of each of these in there. In this tray, so you can slide it into each of these, port them in, and I mean, just look at how amazing that looks. Nice paint everywhere, very detailed. Looks like you took the parts that were in the trays already and actually made it, put it together, because it has kept that same detailing in there all throughout with their coins, emblems. Really awesome. This is really beautiful right here. So cool. All right. So when it comes to this set, it looks pretty awesome, but they're not the first Rangers to come out. So in the series, Mighty Morphin, Ranger, um, their sixth man was the Green Ranger. And he was an exclusive from, I don't even know, years ago. But here he is next to the team. And check that out. How cool is that? I love it. I love seeing them all together. Just so cool, man. Glad to finally have that whole team, which looks amazing together, matching all of that. Uh, and then, you know, Tommy loses his powers, Barai dies, powers go to Jason. Jason gets the dragon shield, everything like that. Um, Zordon's making a new, more powerful Ranger. Of course, he came from a different series in Japan, but we get the White Ranger. So White Ranger comes in. And then it's like, how cool is that? Like, I think that's so awesome, man. And that's for our series. But it looks so cool. Put green back in there. I think it looks so awesome. Just a beautiful set. And to finally have everybody is really amazing. There's a lot going on with them, of course, because of, they're Mezcos. Mezco's got everything going on. You got all kinds of hands. You got all the different accessories that belong to them. They pretty much nail everything like that, which is really, really cool. Um, that they do that. They want to make the absolute best version of that figure. At least that's my belief. That's their goal. Um, by the care that went into this, that I think went into this to make this happen and to make this work so well, it has to be some kind of fandom or some kind of belief. Maybe, I don't know if it's company or whoever was making this, designing this, to say, hey, I want these to be the absolute best. And in my opinion, I think they are the absolute best Ranger figures that are out there. As far as the 6-inch scale, I'm not sure about the 1/6 scale figures. They do look amazing, but yeah, I think these are absolutely beautiful. Every little detail except for the minor detail would be the buckle here, or not the buckle, but the holder for the morpher not being black. That's one missed detail. Um, that's the only thing I think I could think of. But absolutely beautiful set. Only things I think they could have did is maybe, if you're going to do something extra, Billy with the glasses head, Zach with the dread hair, or um, doing like a Aisha, Rocky, and Adam head, um, to throw that in, or maybe they end up doing that as another set to re-release the figures, that sort of thing. I'm not sure what their plan was there, or if they ever planned on it, or maybe they're just going to go to the next series and you'll get those heads with the different suits when you see them in Zeo, that sort of thing. Maybe something like that. But I hope they keep going. I don't know if they're going to go in order or not. There are some series that I do love more, or I won't say more than this, but I love more than others. Mighty Morphin is my one, maybe tied with SPD. I love SPD. I would love to see some SPD figures. Zeo. I'd like to see Tommy in like every form, Give us Tommy and Zeo, Turbo. Um, what's the other? And his Black Dino. I mean, he's so awesome. So yeah, overall, I think the set's beautiful. The cloth material is awesome. The articulation on these guys is really nice. I really like it a lot. The female bodies threw me off a little bit. I'm a little worried. I don't know how that body holds up over time, or what's under there, or any faults for it, like how it's gonna break if it's a wire body underneath. If constantly moving, posing is gonna snap something, and it's just gonna lose any strength and articulation. I don't know that, and that worries me. Oh, other complaint is I think the heads are just a little too big on the girls, but I do like that they all stay on scale. I get with each other. I guess they're all kind of just a little big. But I wish they were just a little bit smaller, I guess. But I mean, I do want to see if I can somehow make a guy version of Yellow. I think that would be kind of cool. And yeah, I mean, I got nothing else really to go on with these figures. Hopefully, I showed everybody enough that you wanted to see, needed to see. Um, whether you're trying to figure out if this set's going to be for you. I think I knew this set was going to be for me. I guess why I got rid of my Lightning a long time ago when they first announced this. But man, it took a while to get here. And I'm not disappointed at all. I do think these are, for me, the best Ranger figures I've ever come across. And I think most people, if you can get these in your hands, would probably agree, especially if you can compare it to other figures right side by side. Because I have a very fond idea of the Lightning collection, but seeing them, the ones I didn't get rid of next to these guys, is pretty eye-opening about the differences between them. And just seeing the sculpt and detail and all that stuff. So yeah, I think Lightning is still probably maybe second best, and I would like those in a way still, just because I would like to beat those ones up more than anything and take care of these ones a little bit more. But I mean, these aren't like super crazy. The fabric will probably hold up, I think, anyways. But it's those female underbodies that I'm questioning. Other than that, the details are amazing. Uh, I can't really say enough good things about it, I guess. My downside that I got was also the double hands for Red Ranger. And I need to, I got this set from Big Bad, and I'm going to have to shoot an email um, out to them, letting them know what's going on. I'm a little worried, though, just because of everywhere. You're starting to see a lot of places. I guess Mezco's waitlisted. Um, Big Bad site says sold out now. Who knows if this set's going to be super hard to find? So I don't want to lose out on getting a replacement for that hand, getting the right hand, so the correct hand, I'll say. So yeah, that's going to be it for this review. Again, hopefully, as always, that hope that it helped you out. I know it drug on. I know it was a long one. I just tried to show off as much as I could. Plus, I mean, it's a set that I love of a of a series that I love. Really glad to finally have them all together. Especially, Red was probably the one I was looking forward to the most. And other than the hand thing, he did not disappoint. Hoping we get to see some Zeo Rangers. And I hope they continue to do them in like sets like this where we can get the whole group together. Just knock it out. Just knock out whole teams just like that. I'll wait and be happy about it. I'll be just fine holding out for one massive box set that can just give it in one go and be this detailed and together. I would absolutely love it. So yeah, that's going to be it for this review. And hopefully I didn't miss anything that y'all need. I will catch y'all in the next one. Later.